Hexavalent Chromium Basics, presented by Terry Lauren, Industrial Hygiene Consultant. What is hexavalent chromium? Hexavalent chromium, chromium Roman numeral 6, capital C little r Roman numeral 6, chromium plus 6. Is chromium in any chemical compound that contains the element in the plus 6 oxidation state, thus hexavalent. Virtually all chromium ore is processed via hexavalent chromium, specifically the salt sodium dichromate. Hexavalent chromium is key to all materials made from chromium. This form of chromium can be made by chemical reaction or processes that introduce energy to change the valence from neutral chromium or chromium 3 ion to the valence state of 6. What are the health effects of hexavalent chromium? Hexavalent chromium compounds are toxic due to their oxidizing potential, as well as a human carcinogenic IARC group 1, especially if airborne and inhaled, where they can cause lung cancer. Associations have also been observed between exposure to chromium-6 compounds and cancers of the nose and nasal sinuses. Workers who are exposed to hexavalent chromium are at increased risk of also developing asthma, damage to the nasal epithelia, eye sensitization, gastrointestinal system pathology, mucous membrane issues, and skin sensitization. Where is hexavalent chromium found in the workplace? Chromium-6 is widely used in pigments, metal finishing, electroplating, wood preservatives, fungicides, concrete, cement mix, and in chemical synthesis as an ingredient and catalyst. It can be produced in hot metal work, particular stainless steel work. Chromium-6 is present in many different compounds with various industrial applications such as chromium trioxide or chromic acid, potassium chromate, sodium chromate. Occupations that may be exposed to hexavalent chromium. Workers involved in welding, cutting, grinding, brazing, soldering, torch, and other hot work operations, particularly of stainless steel. Die makers, printers, rubber makers, cement workers, painters, battery makers, candle makers. Work involved in the maintenance and service of copying machines and the disposal of some toner powders from copying machines. The OSHA laws, action level, and PEL. The OSHA law for hexavalent chromium for general industry is 29 CFR 1910-1026. The OSHA law for hexavalent chromium for construction is 29 CFR 1926-1126. Action level, AL, means the concentration of airborne chromium-6 of 2.5 micrograms per cubic meter of air, calculated as an 8-hour time-weighted average, where per OSHA, the employer needs to set up a program and all it entails regarding workers' exposure to chromium-6. The PEL, permissible exposure limit, is the OSHA law limit, so no employee is exposed to an airborne concentration of chromium-6 in excess of 5 micrograms per cubic meter of air, calculated as an 8-hour time-weighted average. Sources of information on the internet. What I've provided in this presentation is just a small bit of information on hexchrome. For more thorough and concise information, please look at these references. First is the state of Pennsylvania's PowerPoint. It's long, but it's a great PowerPoint. The CDC NIOSH info is good. OSHA has 2 sites with great info. And finally, the state of Wisconsin site is more about contaminated water, but is good for the target organs of hexavalent chromium toxicity. Quite valuable